Welcome to the Combat Sports in Africa podcast. From November 4th to 7th, the 2024 World Judo Championships Veterans were held in the United States in the famed fight capital of the world, Las Vegas. Over 1,132 male and female competitors from 67 countries across all 5 continents gathered to showcase their skills, spirit, and mutual respect for the sport of judo. There were 9 age divisions for both men and women, featuring athletes aged 30 all the way to over 70. While watching the competition on judotv.com, we were thrilled to see African competitors not only participate, but also stand proudly on the podium. What truly captivated us was the Angola veterans team, the athletes, coaches, and support staff, whose incredible support, encouragement, and competitive spirit were nothing short of inspiring. Their genuine enthusiasm and crowd engagement were so uplifting that we felt compelled to feature them on this podcast. Not just because of their remarkable performances and victories, but also due to the infectious energy they brought on and off the global tatami. This experience led us to reflect on the theme of aging athletes, the unyielding fire of competition, both mental and physical, and the vital role of support and encouragement for these competitors. Their passion and determination serve as a motivation for all combat sports athletes and fans alike, embodying the judo values and spirit that the sport is open to all. In today's interview, we'll be speaking with Team Angola's veteran competitors and medalists, gold medalist and world champion in the F8 women's under 63 kilograms division, Angola's own Silva Luisa, and bronze medalist in the M7 men's over 100 kilograms, Ricardo Jose Buoy, who also competed in the 1988 Seoul Olympics and is an Angolan judo legend. We'll also hear from Hipólita Merino, the Director of Marketing and Image for Team Angola's Veterans Judo Association. Let's dive right into the interview, where Garmami asks Hipólita to start us off by sharing the overall experience for Team Angola at the World Judo Championships Veterans 2024.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jamie. For us, it was amazing because we had tons of good energy. Everybody was so committed to the championship. It was amazing.
Now, on the stream, on the judotv.com stream, we could see the Angolan team in the background, really cheering, really being loud, showing so much support, showing so much love. It was so overwhelming that to be honest, it's one of the reasons why I reached out to you guys, because it was incredible to see that much enthusiasm, as well as on your Instagram and social media channels. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm sure that the competitors, both Silva Luisa and Ricardo Jose Buoy, felt that energy. So I want you to introduce us to both of them, and we'll dive into the conversation in regards to their matches. Okay, for us was an amazing experience because it was the first time of Ricardo Buoy since the 80s to compete, and Aunt Luisa too. So we were all thrilled to be there. So pleasure to introduce Ricardo Buoy and Aunt Luisa.
Hello, James.
Hello. Very nice to meet you both. My first question is for Ricardo. I'm curious to know, so you competed the last time you competed was at the 88 Olympics, right? Why did you decide to compete this time around at the Veteran World Championships?
Ricardo is saying that it was all the cheering because here he's a huge name for Angolan judo, so everyone was cheering for him just to try again and to honor us with medals and everything. Because when we go old, everything seems that it's over, but for him it's like another shot for him.
Wow, and we could see in the video that, as I mentioned before, people there, you in fact, and other members of the team were really supportive of him. I'm curious to know, what did it mean for him to be representing Angola yet again on the global stage, and speak to us about the energy he felt, the support from you guys.
De sentir aqui o nosso apoio.
Através da nossa juventude, deu força para poder apresentar.
Mr. Ricardo is saying that we were his strength because we were there cheering, screaming, and we will send you videos of the backstage, and you will see we were all there spilling water and everything, so he can go again and fight. And we won the gold next year, so he's training already because we won the gold.
That is amazing. So he plans to compete again.
Of course. He's already studying his fight.
Fantastic. So now I'm curious about Silva Luisa. I'd like to know what motivated her to compete at the Veteran World Championships.
O que motivou a tia a competir no Campeonato de Veteranos?
That I say, and in beginner, I will prefer to respond in Portuguese and Hipólita will translate, okay?
Sounds good, yeah.
Portanto, era a experiência, portanto, de poder competir, não digo no campeonato mundial, mas eu comecei a praticar o judo numa altura em que havia muito pouco feminino, portanto, e essa experiência de competição nunca tive oportunidade, inspirada e chamada, portanto, o desafio pela Hipólita, portanto, eu resolvi aceitar o desafio e competir, portanto, para matar o desejo de sentir o que é uma competição.
Aunt Luisa was one of the first women in judo here in Angola. So for her, it was like, okay, the truth is that I go a little of, how can I say it in English? She was, it's not robbed, it's like extortion. Maybe extortion because she's the mother of my brothers. So I was like, okay, can you come back to train and compete maybe? So she came because we are all cheering because we don't have much women in sports here because of many situations. But Aunt Luisa came back to train and everything because of that, because we were cheering and we wanted to have more women.
Outstanding. Absolutely. I think in all sports, anywhere in the world, it's great to see more women compete. And obviously, she stepped up. She showed some leadership.
More than stepped up because we were not expecting the gold. We were like, oh, no, bronze medal will be okay. And we were every single day saying that to her. Worries, just bronze medal will be okay for us. But in our hearts, we were like, okay, bring us the gold. The gold. When she entered for us, I was screaming like the world was ending. I was so amazed. It was amazing.
Absolutely. She rose to the occasion. As you said, she captured the moment and she brought home the gold. I'm curious to know, what does it mean for her to also represent Angola on the global stage and to bring that gold medal home?
É uma grande honra. O sentimento de dever cumprido, portanto, o prazer de poder granjear não só o judo, mas Angola, portanto, é sentimento de grande alegria.
For Aunt Luisa, it was an honor to honor all the judo veterans and everything, and to represent our country because we don't have much people representing in martial world. So it was a really big honor, especially because we are veterans. We are more than 30 years old. So the younger are there representing, but it is amazing to have old people because we don't change us because we are getting old. We just transform ourselves in something better.
Now, Hipólita, what's been the media response in Angola from both of these competitors bringing back home medals? Well, what's been the response from the media, but also the judo community in Angola?
Our federation gave us a huge homenagation. We went there, we received medals, certificates. Our president is amazing. We don't have words. Hermenegildo is huge. He's amazing. The media are not really used to have veterans winning, but they are embracing our cause. and it's been amazing. We are hoping next days to be received by our minister, and we hope to have great news soon.
You know, it's really interesting because, as I mentioned earlier on your social media, on Instagram, you know, the association's page, etc. There was a lot of hype, a lot of energy, and you know, when you see that sort of enthusiasm, it's great for everyone's spirit, but it's also great for the sport. You know, moreover, both of these competitors are obviously veterans, as you mentioned. They're much older people who've been in the sport for so long, as you mentioned. They're both respectively, they're legends in their community, and stepping up like that and capturing medals really shows a lot of leadership. What are judokas in Angola saying about them and their achievement?
They are saying that they are huge because, you know, when people see them, it's like Aunt Louisa is like a lady. When you see her pictures, you will never guess that she's a judoka. Even her colleagues, Aunt Louisa works at a bank. No one even knew that she was a competitor. Ricardo
Wow.
Boy is a legend here, but Aunt Louisa, it's like, okay, no one expected. It was an amazing feeling for everyone. Ricardo Boy don't compete for ages, and unfortunately, he was with a legend. He broke his knee, and everyone was looking like, okay, he's incapable of fighting. But deep down, we all knew that if he goes to stage, he will be amazing. And for us, was an amazing experience because the truth is, we were all worried because he needs to lose more weight so he can be better. But it's more than that. So we think tons of things of heart attacks and everything because we're like, okay, he will be thrilled, he will have something, but in the end, it all came okay, and that's huge for us.
Absolutely. I'm curious to know, in terms of his matches, obviously in the first round, he fought an Argentinian named Omar Parisi. Moving on
Yes.
to round number 3, he fought Hendrik Koop from the Netherlands. Then he fought Karl Frankovic from the US, leading on to his last match against Thomas Edward Carter Jr. from the US. Out of all those matches, which one did Ricardo find the most challenging? And what did he learn from this experience? Because you mentioned he intends on competing next year, which is equally exciting, of course. So he's got a lot of information. So what has he learned from his experience competing this year, and what was his toughest match?
Mestre Boy, tiveste a competir, qual foi a luta mais difícil para ti e o que tu aprendeste nessa luta?
Essa cultura campeã, eu aprendo muito. Eu gosto de
Ricardo said that for him, the hardest fight was with the champion, the guy from the Netherlands, because he's really huge. When we saw him, we were like, okay, this is the final of the Olympics. It's like a double take from France versus Japan because he's really tall.
Mm.
For Mr. Ricardo, it was an experience, but he's ready for next year.
Outstanding. And can you ask him about back in '88 when he competed in the Seoul Olympics? What was it like the first time he stepped in Seoul to compete at those Olympics? And does he still think back about those days when he was competing? And comparatively, now that he's back in competition mode, how does it feel to be back in competition mode, but at a much older age?
Mestre, como é que tu te sentiste a competir em Seul nos anos 80?
Não tive também tanta dificuldade, pensando que já estava habituado nesta caminhada, se bem que todas as competições sempre me encontro com os campeões do mundo. Felizmente me encontrei com a Escola Tayote, que é um campeão também, que é francês. Não tive tanta dificuldade, para mim tem sido já normal.
Mr. Ricardo said that because he had tons of experience, because they were trained by the Koreans and everything, they fought in the SKPTA and tons of championships in the past. When he went to the Olympics, for him it was easy but it was different because of climate and all the things that turned the fight a little bit different. But he had an amazing experience because he fought with the champion of that time, Mr. Pasquale. It's someone from France. It's beyond from my time, so I don't know him. I'm really sorry because I'm from the 90s. And was an amazing experience from him.
Now, Hippolyta, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history in the sport and your role on as far as the association.
Okay. So I am Hippolyta. I am the daughter of Ippolito. Ippolito is judoka too. I am the director of Martin and Image from the Veterans. Last year, I went to see them at Abu Dhabi, but from my point of view, they were not seeing the right side of the things because it was all go, fight, and come back. So I asked them, why don't promote more? Why don't you show the world the amazing things that you can do? Because we already have two champions of the world, Luisandra Viegas and Audacio Cambamba. Audacio won at Polonia in 2022 and Luisandra last year. But if you see the socials and everything, you don't see really nothing because they are not promoting themselves. They don't go to stages. They don't go anywhere. So when I came, I said, okay, I will try to do something different, and it's something that I'm trying these days. But it's most because my father went to a knee surgery, and when he came out, he's like, okay, I will come back to train. I thought he was crazy, but now I see that he's a fighter, so I don't have much to tell about that. Maybe one day you will come here to Angola or some place of the world and you will know them.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, in terms of, your approach to promoting and hyping up the fights, I must say it certainly worked because if anyone goes on judotv.com, I can't
Thank you.
emphasize this enough, folks. If you're listening to this podcast right now, you need to go see not only the great Angolan fighters, go see the support team and fans they brought. It's
Thank
next
you.
level. It's gold medal energy and enthusiasm. I mean, if
Oh,
all
thank you so
countries did
much.
that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if all countries did that, this sport would be even bigger. And my question for you in terms of as you were saying, some of the other players don't really engage on social media or promote as much. You don't have to fully answer. Only answer if you're comfortable answering. Why is it
All
that they
right.
don't? Why is it they don't leverage social media to promote and hype up their achievements in the sport?
The problem is the vision. They get confused because they are looking for other things that are not the focus. You have to build a brand, you have to build your image. You are more than a judoka and more than your work. You have to build something more. Sometimes they lose themselves.
Mm.
That's why I'm trying to put them on track just to have a good image to sell because in the end it's a product. I'm trying to sell a product.
Right.
So the athletes are my product. I'm trying to show the world that we are more than good judokas, but we have more than that. We have culture, we have theory, we have charisma. That's everything that we want to pass to the world.
Fascinating. Now, I have a question for Anta Luisa. If someone broke into the bank, what throw to steal some money? What throw would she use to ambush the bank robber?
Se alguém fosse pegar e assaltar banco, qual a técnica que eu usaria?
Não. Aí não. A técnica só mesmo no tatami. Não vai.
Fighting only on tatamis.
Okay, that's a great answer for sure. So I'm curious to know. Obviously, her first opponent in the round number one was a Mongolian, followed by a German, and in the end, I believe she fought someone from Great Britain.
Yes.
Lead us through. I guess the question for her was which of these matches were the toughest ones, and what did she take away from her experience competing there? Are there any points that she took away that's going to make her judo even better, if that's even possible, because she walked away with the gold medal?
The Britain, because his experience, não? A sua experiência contou, né? Tanto que ela estudou, portanto, eu estava a ganhar por Vasari e ela, portanto, com a sua experiência conseguiu depois, a partir da estratégia que eu comecei, que eu tive início, conseguiu fazer-me um contra-ataque e ganhar-me, portanto, o combate.
The British one was the toughest because in the end she was studying Aunt Louisa when she won the last fight.
Right.
So when she came back, she was there, she was pressuring. That's why that battle was lost. But we hope to see them both next year because the lady from Great Britain, she's too a champion. So we hope to see more of them next year.
We're speaking, of course, of Kay Andrews from Great Britain. So is Aunt Louisa also going to be fighting next year? Does she plan on competing again?
Of course, yes.
Nice. Okay, outstanding. Last question for both of you, or all of you actually. What advice do you have for judokas across Africa and all over the world, particularly the younger generation?
Para mim, portanto, é dizer que se empenhem. Como podem ver, portanto, como é o exemplo, nada é impossível. Portanto, é só acreditar, disciplina, treino, acreditar que tudo é possível e que chegamos todos longe.
Aunt Louisa is saying that with discipline, with train, we can achieve everything that we want. So they have to train and they have to be themselves, to trust themselves more and do more from themselves and from them countries. Mestre Boi, o que é que tu deixas aqui para os mais jovens, conselhos?
Eles seguirem o nosso exemplo, visto que nós temos que, a nossa fase já está a passar, temos que deixar legado para seguirem a nossa rotina.
Ricardo said that they have to take them examples and remember that their time is ending. So they are the future and they have to do more, train more, and be more so they can achieve more than them.
Outstanding. And Hippolyta, did you want to add to that as well in terms of your own spin on it?
For me, I want to thank you very much for your approach, for your email. It was an honor for us. Thank you very much. And I hope to really see you soon. And I hope to meet you all really soon. And next year, we want to do more, show more. And we are here. So everyone, follow us in our social media. And we are here to give you a show.
Thank you all for your time. This has been outstanding, and we look forward to seeing you all compete next year and to do a follow-up interview. So thank you all, and I hope we get to meet. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that concludes our enlightening conversation with Team Angola's remarkable veterans. Their stories not only highlight their personal achievements, but also shine a light on the power of motivation and discipline at any age and ability. Be sure to follow the Asociação dos Veteranos de Judo de Angola on all their social media platforms and visit their website at avjangola.org to learn more about judo in Angola. Thank you for joining us on the Combat Sports in Africa podcast. Don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts to stay updated on the latest stories from the world of African combat sports. Until next time.